big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
I'm going to turn this into the best mayonnaise steak ever. Three years ago, I started putting mayonnaise on steaks, and the whole idea came from putting mayonnaise on fish. That's what Michelin star chefs do to make the crust on the fish extra crispy and extra tasty. And in that time, that was a crazy thing to do. We got a lot of hate for doing that. Why would you ruin a steak with mayonnaise? Over the years, we did it a couple of times, and now it's totally accepted and it's totally normal. Most people have accepted the fact by now that the mayonnaise is mostly oil. And when you are grilling your steak, the oil just drips off and at the same time fries the outside of your steak. It's a bit like air frying, but then grill frying. It's amazing. And if you haven't done it before, I highly recommend it. So, I have another mayonnaise steak recipe for you. And now, 3 years later, we took mayonnaise steak from something that is really crazy by just putting the mayonnaise on to the level we're now. This is the mayonnaise steak 3.0. Now look at this beauty. This is a beautiful USDA prime entrecote. It's currently sitting as a whole, but I'm gonna cut it up into steaks. By cutting it up yourself, you can determine how thick the steaks really are. As you can see, we got great intramuscular fat, nice red meat, and a beautiful fat cap. Fired up my Napoleon kettle grill because I need this ingredient. You might wonder what for? What on earth are you going to do with that charcoal? Well, I'm going to make charcoal flavored mayonnaise. I'm going to take a half a liter of sunflower oil, put this beautiful glowing red hot chunk of charcoal in the oil and let it release its flavors. And that's going to take our mayonnaise from an ordinary mayonnaise to an insane delicious mayonnaise. Now of course I'm going to remove that charcoal again and I'm going to add 1 whole egg. Half a tablespoon of course mustard, the juice of half a lime, teaspoon of course salt, and of course some fresh ground pepper. And now I'm going to stick in my immersion blender, set it to blend at the highest speed and slowly pull up the immersion blender until it turns into a beautiful mayonnaise. Now, as you can see, my mayonnaise is not thickening up, so I'm gonna add another egg. There you go, problem solved. Whoa, and wow, this mayonnaise is freaking amazing. Now we made that beautiful mayonnaise, it's time to add on more flavor. That's why I'm chopping up 9 whole chili peppers and crush them fine in my mortar and pestle. I'm looking for coarse structure like this. I'm also gonna crush fine 3 garlic cloves and add that to the chili peppers. And of course I wanna have a big chunk of ginger. I'm gonna crush that fine as well and add it to the paste. Now I'm gonna mix that up. Add a tablespoon of coarse salt, a teaspoon of sugar, and some ground peña pepper to taste. Now I'm gonna mix that up and this is my beautiful chili paste, which I'm going to add to my mayonnaise and it's going to turn the whole thing into the most amazing, powerful mayonnaise you've ever had. Now it's time to grill the steaks, so I'm gonna set my Napoleon grill up to cook over indirect heat. I'm gonna bank the charcoal all to one side. I'm gonna set in my grill grate. Now I'm going to place on 1 steak that we're going to brush up with mayonnaise, and I'm going to place on 1 reference steak, both with their fat cap pointed toward the fire. That's going to protect our meat from direct radiation heat. Now I'm going to close the lid and let these come up to a temperature of 52 degrees Celsius. Once the steaks hit the core temperature, I'm taking them off the grill and let them rest. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take off the grill grate, add more charcoal, and crank up the fire. I created a delicious homemade mayonnaise and added a chili paste to it. I'm gonna pat them dry and prepare them for the chili mayonnaise. I'm not gonna be shy, I'm gonna put on a lot of mayonnaise. I'm gonna cover the sides, the front, the bottom. Everything is gonna be slathered in mayonnaise. Now I'm gonna put them on the grill over direct heat. I want a quick sear, I want to render down the fat, and I want to see those herbs fry. Wow, that mayonnaise steak looks absolutely insane. That's why I get so excited about them. Look at it. It looks like a tiger. Absolutely gorgeous. We got a beautiful crust on the outside. It's nice and juicy on the inside. It's cooked to perfection. This steak is going to blow your mind. What I'm looking for when I'm judging a steak like this is that the oils in the mayonnaise fried the outside and created a beautiful crust. And at the same time, all of the ingredients are cooked. So it's gotta look good, it's gotta be cooked fully, and it's gotta taste amazing. So let's start with that beautiful chili mayonnaise steak.
That's absolutely insane. If you make a mayonnaise that's so special on itself, you're gonna add so much to a steak. You don't need salt, you don't need seasoning, you don't need pepper. It's all in that mayonnaise. I'm gonna get another piece, this is insane.
And that chili is insane. It's fried up, so like the extremeness of it is gone. I tasted it before and it's like, BAM! The mayonnaise hit me in my mouth. But now it's there, but it's like really, really enjoyable. And we're not taking anything away from the steak. It's just making the steak better. Just wait until you try this recipe. It's written down in pitmasterx.com, just in case you're looking for it.
And yeah, I'm calling this a dish. This is for me, I mean, mayonnaise and steak. It's a dish.
Now, just to make sure, I'm gonna try the reference steak, find out how that is. Compared to the chili mayonnaise, it's really boring. I don't know if I can fix it by just dipping. Yeah, but that's the same thing. Great, but not the same thing.
And of course, on itself, it's a really terrific steak. Steak is amazing. If you never had it without mayonnaise, definitely try it with mayonnaise. With mayonnaise, it's like I will choose for it every time.
Yeah, if I eat this and then that and then here,
Yeah.
that's just...
But that's the whole thing. If you eat a steak like this, you're gonna probably add something like veggies to it. I don't know what
Veggies?
people do with boring steaks, but this is amazing.
And truly, if you're a hardcore guy, that's great. Mayonnaise, but if you're like willing to experiment and you dare to venture out, you're like Indiana Jones of barbecue. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
This is your first steps outside of the box
Out of the realm.
Yeah, out of the box. But if you had this mayonnaise for fries, how good would your fries be?
Yeah, because there's something that I miss in this, and that's how good this mayonnaise actually is. Because the smoke flavor, oh man. I want to eat a whole bowl of fries with. I'm gonna leave now, so they can probably see a really nice picture right here, and you can click on it.
And if you think this video is awesome, there are way more awesome videos. So just check it out. Click right there where Morrison was sitting. And hope to see you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling. And big thanks to the patrons and YouTube members.